Hello, welcome to episode 98 of the Unstoppable Podcast, a New Year special. My name is Dan J. Gregory, and I am committed to hunting down the secrets of business mastery and human performance. My goal for the Unstoppable Podcast is to share insights from some of the most successful entrepreneurs, inspiring thought leaders, world-class athletes, and prominent celebrities to help you to become unstoppable in business and life. Each week I'll be bringing you a new interview with an inspiring person and sharing my own results as I pursue the answers to the question, how can I create the ultimate edge in my business, make a significant impact, and live an extraordinary life? Hello and welcome to this special recording entitled The 10 Reasons Why Most Entrepreneurs Will Fail to Achieve Their Goals in 2018. I appreciate it's a fairly negative title, but I'm recording this special episode as both a podcast and a video. So greetings and Happy New Year to everyone watching and listening to this. If you don't know me already, my name is Dan J. Gregory, and I am the host of the Unstoppable Podcast and the creator of the Unstoppable Entrepreneur Program. Now, after a 7-year career as a senior leader within one of the world's leading banking organizations, I've dedicated my entrepreneurial journey since to helping entrepreneurs and business leaders to develop the mindset, the habits, the skills, and the strategies necessary to become unstoppable in business and life. Over the last 5 years, I've directly impacted the lives of more than 100,000 entrepreneurs and business leaders from over 90 different countries. My work in human potential, personal leadership, and business strategy. But that's enough about me. I just wanted to give a brief intro if you aren't familiar with my work already. Let's get right into the session. Now, I hope the festive season brought you everything that you hoped for and that you celebrated the new year in style. We do tend to make a big deal about the new year, and there's really no practical difference between the moment that the clock strikes 12 and the calendar shifts forward into another year. And whilst it may merely be the tick of a clock that separates one year and the next, it's what that moment represents to us that really matters. Now, for many, it represents a clean slate, a time to reflect on the past 12 months that have gone by and to set plans for the year ahead. It also provides a simple yardstick for us to measure our growth in every sense of the word, both in business and personally. Ultimately, the 1st of January is your chance to call the shots on what you want to unfold in the hours, days, weeks, and months ahead into 2018. And I personally always enjoy this time of year. It really does feel like a great reset, regardless of what's gone before us in the previous year, both good and bad. It's an opportunity to draw the line and get refocused. Our success in 2018 will largely be determined by the decisions that we make at the very beginning of the year, and then the actions that follow to make those decisions become a reality. Setting goals is clearly a big part of this process, and especially so much for entrepreneurs and business leaders in planning ahead for the successes that you want to achieve in the year ahead in business. So no matter what circumstances come your way this year in 2018, if you clearly identify your goals and work on them on a daily basis, the year ahead will bring you far greater successes than if you fail to set clearly defined goals. Now, I've personally been addicted to goal setting for over 10 years now, and my process for setting and achieving goals has changed wildly during that time. But the very act of setting goals has helped me to achieve some really great experiences, from driving a Lamborghini to buying my dream motorcycle and taking it on a road trip around the European coast, to taking a classic Mustang down Highway 1 in California from San Francisco to San Diego, to taking a private jet over the Grand Canyon. I visited 7-star hotels in Dubai. I've relaxed on the beaches of Thailand. I've watched the sunrise over the salt lakes in Bolivia. I've seen the 8th wonder of the world, Angkor Wat. I've camped under the stars in the Sahara Desert. I've attended my favorite music festivals across Europe and watched some of my favorite bands like Aerosmith and the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've drank a single malt whiskey directly from the whiskey distilleries in Scotland. I've poured a pint on the top floor of the Guinness factory in Dublin. I've played slot machines in Vegas. I've ran a marathon, multiple half marathons, multiple Tough Mudders. I've cycled through the Alps. I've mountain biked down the world's most dangerous road. I've reached sub 10% body fat. In 2015, I launched this podcast and reached over 100,000 people since, and I've worked with clients in multiple continents and contributed to some of my favorite causes. Now, these are just some of my dreams and goals that I've sought to experience over the past few years. I appreciate that everyone has different desires and aspirations. Our goals are unique to us, or at least they should be. However, did you know, despite this, that only 3% of people actually have clearly written goals? And that those who do have written goals are typically 10 to 30 times more successful, at least financially, as those who don't have clearly written goals. Now, I've seen this firsthand within the business community that I've worked within, from companies of all sizes, from startups to Fortune 100 business leaders. In fact, in December last year, I delivered 9 one-day leadership workshops for major companies in the UK, and goal setting was a major part of each workshop. I always ask the leaders if they're in the habit of regularly setting goals, both professionally and personally. So you can imagine I was shocked to find that over 80% of these senior leaders that I'd asked actually said no. It was therefore unsurprising, though, to find that when I did ask them if they had a clear system for setting and achieving goals, they also said no. So why do few people set goals? And why is it that those who do set goals often fail to follow through and actually take action? Why is it so many people, after the initial excitement and motivation of setting goals at the beginning of a new year, slowly lose momentum and lose sight of the goal and come to a complete standstill? Why do people get distracted? Why do people fail to achieve their goals? The truth is, when it comes to business, I haven't always followed a clear process for setting goals, and the results during those times when I have versus those when I haven't are dramatic. Specifically, when I have used a proven system for setting business goals, my business results have been infinitely better. Surprise, surprise. Now, there are many reasons why people are not consistent in setting clear goals for business, and I know that you or I are not alone in sometimes making mistakes. So, have you ever, like me, wondered what makes the difference in people's ability to set and achieve their goals? Because it isn't always experience, it isn't always knowledge, talent, and it isn't that one person wants to succeed more than the other. Now, in order to tackle this question in this episode, I'm going to share the top 10 reasons why most entrepreneurs will fail to achieve their goals in 2018, really to help you avoid those common mistakes. These mistakes, by the way, I've made myself over and over again in the past. These really are 10 reasons why people do not achieve their goals, and I want to help you circumnavigate some of these challenges so you can be bulletproof in 2018. So, firstly, number 10, we're going to count backwards. People do not write their goals down. Whether it's because people don't actually have any goals to write down, they haven't set them, or because they haven't taken the time out to get clear on what they want to achieve or what they're working towards, this really is one of the biggest reasons why people will fail to achieve their goals. You may have heard about the various studies in the past linking written goals to income, etc., and some of those are authentic, some of them aren't. However, there is an actual study by the University of California that shows that you are 42% more likely to achieve goals just by writing them down. Now, we live in a time where we're bombarded by information each and every day. The human brain processes an average about 1,500 thoughts per minute. So carrying our goals around in our head is simply not good enough. It's not an effective way of making our goals reality. Written goals clarify our thinking and give weight to our goals and reinforce a commitment. You see, I ask so many people, how do you carry your goals around? Well, I carry them around in my head. Yeah, along with those other 1,500 thoughts per minute. I get my stream. If you could get in my brain and hear the stream of consciousness that comes out on a daily basis, I need to write those things down. And often when we're stuck in life, we're trying to overcome challenges or problems. Half the battle is when we're trying to ask the question in our mind and we're trying to seek the answer at the same time. If you've got a problem, write it down, you'll find the answer. If you want to set and achieve your goals, you've got to write them down. So, next, 9, people do not know what they really want. If people aren't clear on what they ultimately want, then it will result in the failure to make the goals compelling, meaningful, and motivating. These elements are vital in creating momentum. A lack of clarity will lead to confusion or the failure to even get started or make progress. A quality goal-setting process must go beyond the surface level to help you identify what you really, really want. Now, it's taken me over 5 years to get really clear on what I truly want, but a quality goal-setting system would have at least half that time if I'd had access to one. Number 8, people do not make their goals specific or measurable. If our goals are not specific, we have no clear target. We cannot hit a target that we cannot see. The absence of an ability to measure our goals also means that we will never know if we're actually making progress or whether we've hit our goal. Let's take a simple example. If someone says, look, I want to lose weight in 2018, what's missing? How much weight and by when? How can we track it? How do we know if we've hit the goal? It's really important that we set a clear target and have a way of measuring our progress, because without it, we're really in no man's land. Number 7, people do not set clear, realistic deadlines. I have a phrase that says, if your goal doesn't have a deadline, then you don't have a goal. Some people worry about the consequence of not meeting deadlines. However, the lack of a deadline causes people to put off taking action, or worse, abandoning the goal. Deadlines truly create that sense of urgency, and it can help you prioritize. I don't like to use the word realistic often because I don't believe there is such a thing as an unrealistic goal, but there is such a thing as an unrealistic deadline. It's important to have reasonable expectations of how long a goal will take us to accomplish when setting deadlines, and as entrepreneurs and business leaders, we're in control of that. So if we miss a deadline for any reason, unless it's a client deadline, it's only us that can be affected by that. So it's better to set a deadline and miss it and not set it at all. This is going to give you that sense of urgency. It's going to help you prioritize. Number 6, people set too many goals. We've all heard the phrase, a person who chases 2 rabbits catches neither. Well, people who set too many goals spread themselves too thinly and become a master of nothing. Now, believe me, when I first started setting goals, I had set hundreds of goals. It just didn't work. Those who set too many goals tend to experience a lack of focus, overwhelm, and even burnout. Does that sound familiar? Maybe it does. That's what I experienced. Some set so many goals that they immediately reach a state of inertia because they're literally intimidated by the amount of work required to achieve their goals. It can actually create stress if we set that many goals. An appropriate amount of goals enables us to achieve at the highest levels of concentration, productivity, and it really promotes mastery of the goals at hand. Number 5, people do not have balanced goals. Most people only focus on one area of their life. Why is this a problem? Well, having strong results in one area can come at the expense of other areas, which can have a negative overall effect on our lives. For example, it's very common for entrepreneurs to set many business goals yet neglect the areas of their health and/or relationships. It's really important for us to set balanced goals for true fulfillment and overall impact. If our health, our relationships in order, we've got good social circles, we're taking care of ourselves, then we're going to have a lot more power and a lot more energy and a lot more excitement, and we're going to feel great, and we're going to take that into our business. We're going to take that into our financial goals as well. Number 4, people do not create action plans. The failure to turn each goal into a project with tasks and identify the steps forward is really a major challenge for entrepreneurs. Without a plan, people can fail to get started, you can experience overwhelm, you can make unnecessary mistakes, or you can delay the achievement of your goals. Most goals that you could possibly set in business have been set and achieved previously by someone else. And if that is the case, then we can simply use those steps as a roadmap to follow to get to our destination. So it's really, really important to create clear, concise plans. Number 3, people do not take action. I think this one is pretty obvious as a killer of dreams and goals. We cannot will our way to results. We cannot research our way to results. We cannot think our way into results. We've all read the book Think and Grow Rich, but it's very much about starting with the thoughts, going into the feelings, and then getting into the actions. The behavior part is incredibly important. We have to take action. Procrastination is the silent killer of all goals. Some people have the goals and the plans, but then fail to get started. Others are just simply lazy or have a poor work ethic. I know that's not you, because you wouldn't be listening to this if that was you. So you have to commit and you have to take action. If your goals are compelling enough, you're going to want to put in the time to get the results. And guess what? If you set the right goals, you're going to enjoy the process as well. Number 2, people do not keep goals visible and they fail to regularly review their progress. Some people take the time to write out their goals at the beginning of the year and then they never look at them again. And again, I've made that mistake. And what happened? I completely forgot about them. What do you think your chances of success are if you are not continually and repeatedly focused on where you want to go and what you want to achieve? It's absolutely slim to none. Now, reviewing your goals daily is absolutely critical. It's the servo mechanism in our brain. You get what you focus on in life. I used to ride motorbikes, as I said earlier on. Now, the motorbike will go wherever I look as the rider. And the same is true in business. We have to stay focused on the road ahead. We have to stay focused on the goal. And we have to keep looking at where we're going. Number 1, people have fears and limiting beliefs. This is huge. This is one of the most common reasons why people do not achieve their goals. Whether it's fear of failure that's holding someone back or even the fear of success. These irrational fears will stop people from taking action and getting the job done and getting the results that they deserve. Similarly, limiting beliefs will destroy your success as well. What does this mean? A simple example is where someone may not have the belief in their own abilities, their knowledge or skills, and these doubts will either consciously or unconsciously sabotage your goals. There are lots of ways that our thoughts and beliefs can hold us back. Some people simply believe they're not worthy and don't deserve the things they desire. That can truly hold you back. It could be a subconscious belief system that's holding you in. Fears and limiting beliefs are created in the mind and they can destroy our progress. However, there are powerful methods to enable you to take the power back and get control of your fears and limiting beliefs. And do you know what? What I've experienced here is having a powerful planning method, a powerful goal-setting method, where you chunk everything down to small steps. that can really overcome some of the fears. There are separate processes to overcome fears and limiting beliefs, but really the planning aspect can give you confidence. It can give you confidence in what you're working towards. Finally, a bonus here, accountability and peer group. This is often overlooked, but it's absolutely critical to achieving your goals. In jobs, people have to report to supervisors or bosses, and they have regular appraisals. However, most business owners and entrepreneurs lack that accountability. So having mentors and a supportive peer group can really help. When you're pursuing adventurous goals, big major goals, you need a support network that's going to empower you. A peer group who's equally ambitious, that's going to challenge you and pick you up when you have challenges. People who hold you to your goals and people to hold you accountable. This is what a good peer group, a good mentor, or good support group is going to do for you. So many people let their dreams die because of the limited thinking of the people around them. I can't stress enough how important it is to have a supportive peer group. It really is an important factor in your success. You've got to go out there, find the right peer group, the right mentors to support you in pursuit of your most ambitious goals. It's going to keep you focused on the priorities at hand. Now, having been through these 10 disablers, really, these things that stop us from achieving our goals, most of you will recognize or have experienced some or all of these problems before. If you haven't, you're either very lucky or you're being untrue to yourself. For some of you, these problems may seem very familiar and you could be experiencing them right now. And I certainly know that I've experienced all of these problems and continue to do so. When I first started setting goals, I would write huge lists of things I'd like to do. But I didn't set any deadlines, I didn't get specific, and I certainly didn't create any plans. I was just really excited to have this list of dreams. And we can all get caught up in the excitement of the process. Has that ever happened to you? I'm sure it has. Now, when I started out, I made almost every mistake possible. How much action do you think I took on my goals, having made all of these mistakes seemingly simultaneously? And you'd be correct in thinking almost none. I began to get incredibly frustrated. I felt angry with myself for not following through with my goals. I knew that there was more for me. However, I did begin to question myself and my abilities. I felt like a dreamer without any real hope. Now, setting goals is the first step to turning the invisible to the visible. That's a quote by Anthony Robbins. After years of frustration and failing to make the progress to make my dreams a reality, I finally had enough. The pain of missing out got so strong that I finally got the leverage I needed to get unstuck. And as a result, I started to look for answers. I read all the books I could find on goal setting. I spent hundreds of pounds on seminars and courses trying to understand why some people would effortlessly achieve goals. I was really trying to figure out why I was stuck. What were they doing differently? And as I began to discover and understand these common problems that I've talked to you about today, it started to make absolute sense why I was going round in circles and not getting anywhere with my major goals. Now, if you aren't making progress or you aren't making the progress that you want, I would be absolutely confident in predicting that it is one or more of the many these common problems that we've talked about today that is holding you back, one of those 10. I was all caught up in my fears and I'd created all these false limitations in my mind about why I couldn't do all the things I was dreaming of. And these things truly held me back from taking the time to put in the work to create the plans and to take the action needed. And it literally stopped me from using my brain to even think about what was required. Needless to say, I was quite clear why I had stopped taking the required action. It was all very apparent having gone through that study, that research. I spent the last 5 to 10 years researching this stuff. Nonetheless, throughout the whole time, through that initial challenge, despite my frustrations, I never lost my hunger. I never lost my desire. In fact, the pain of missing out only made me hungrier, and each little discovery I made gave me even more confidence and belief in myself. And as you can imagine, when I finally started to apply the things that I learned, the magic bullet there, apply the things that you learn, magic really does start to happen. And I've already shared some of the great things that I've been able to achieve and experience. However, it took a needless amount of time to finally get momentum. So what happened that finally made the shift? Well, I got completely committed and I narrowed my focus to the biggest goals that would give me the greatest experiences that I really wanted. I got clear and I wrote my goals down with scheduled deadlines. I created project plans and action steps, working back from my goals and deadlines to create milestones and checkpoints to ensure that my goals would become a reality. I gave myself a powerful, committed why. I found the drive within me to move forward so that I could call upon something bigger than me to move forward. I also called upon some strong mentors to help guide me and hold me accountable. I surrounded myself with other like-minded, ambitious people who were equally hungry, and most important of all, I began to take massive. Action. All of these things are only small changes in isolation. However, these changes have made an incredible impact. But really, I am just getting started. 2018, you watch. Things are going to happen. It's only in the past 12 months that I found the clarity that I've been seeking, and I've finally given myself the permission to go after what I really want. And I encourage you to do so too. Now, the difference ultimately boils down to what makes the difference between those who struggle and make those mistakes and those who succeed. The difference really boils down to having a bulletproof method to create goals, develop concise plans, and having the discipline to take consistent, focused action on those plans. Now, I believe the problem with some of the more traditional goal-setting processes is that they really don't get to the core of what we really want most out of life and in business and why we do what we do. Now, think about this on a simple level. If you were totally inspired, you're excited and fired up to achieve something that's truly compelling, wouldn't you do the work on a daily basis? Wouldn't you be much more likely to go after those things with absolutely everything that you've got? Well, that's what I've been looking for. And, I finally found a process for really tapping into that power. And I'm sure as someone who wants to get the most out of life, like you and I, you probably understand the importance of setting ambitious, adventurous goals. You see, I believe that anyone with enough passion and determination can make life and business an adventure that is worth the remembering. So how do we create the power to do what it takes to achieve our goals and create a business and life that truly excites us? Well, let me tell you, introducing the Unstoppable Year Workshop. This is a bulletproof business goal-setting system that is based on how some of the most successful businesses in the world, such as Google, Amazon, Microsoft, and Uber, set and achieve world-class results. This knowledge comes as a result of over 5 years of research into exactly what makes the difference between the entrepreneurs who succeed at the highest levels and those who struggle in the pursuit of their goals or fail to get started. This workshop will open up a world of infinite possibility to you, and this is your chance to be one of the first to get access to this exclusive, game-changing program. This goal-setting process will bulletproof, step-by-step, give you the steps that you need to map out your business. This exact process is what I use within the Unstoppable Workshop to map out my own business. It's simple to implement, it's fun, it's incredibly powerful, and it overcomes every one of those common problems that I shared with you today. Do you want more for your business and your life? Yeah, you do. So in this powerful 3-hour workshop, I'm going to take you through the entire Unstoppable Year goal-setting system from start to finish. And when you're done, you'll have absolutely everything you need to grow your business, make more money, create a bigger impact on your lifestyle, and achieve a greater level of productivity and more. When you join the exciting, fast-moving, Unstoppable Year Workshop, you're going to discover the very same goal-setting system that is used by some of the most successful businesses on the planet. You're going to gain total clarity about what you really want to accomplish in your business in 2018 and how you're going to achieve it. You're going to break your goals into a 90-day game plan so that you know exactly what to focus on to achieve your business goals every single day. No procrastination here. You're going to eliminate procrastination and create rapid momentum toward your goals and learn how to keep motivated, positive, and focused throughout 2018. You're going to identify the knowledge and skills required to obtain your goals, and you're going to develop the confidence necessary to become unstoppable in pursuit of achieving all of your business and personal goals. It really is a bulletproof roadmap for creating business goals so that you can accomplish more and enjoy the process. Now, this workshop is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but it's a collection of exercises to help you to set powerful goals and produce a clear 90-day plan for your business. We've all got different background, different experiences, different knowledge, beliefs, and skill sets, and we've all got different needs. And as such, we all have a different path. And this workshop will help you to define your own unique path for your business success. You can't hit a target that you cannot see or arrive at the right place until you know where you're going. Your goals are going to determine how successful or unsuccessful you'll be in your business. And this unique blueprint is set up specifically to make sure you're aiming at the right targets for you. The secret to business success begins with clearly understanding what you truly want and what your natural strengths are. This workshop contains absolutely everything that you need to create a plan from start to finish from where you are now to where you want to go in 2018. Every single time, no matter how many barriers, difficulties, or setbacks you encounter, the Unstoppable Year Workshop is going to set you free. This is the starting point of great success. when you decide exactly what you want and you chart your course to get there. The Unstoppable Year Workshop itself is my project that I've been working on for many years. It's a result of the research into exactly how entrepreneurs set and achieve adventurous goals. I'm putting you on the fast track with a proven system for setting and achieving goals. Not only that, but this workshop will help you to identify the knowledge, skills, and resources that you need to thrive in business. Are you ready to get on the fast track? Sign up today for, yes, just £29 by visiting danjgregory.com/unstoppable year. Or if you're watching the video, you can click the link below the video. If you need an extra push, I'll back it with my 100% ironclad 30-day satisfaction guarantee. That's right, after attending the workshop, if you don't feel the deepest sense of clarity you've ever experienced, or you aren't flying through your to-do list after the workshop and reaching greater levels of achievement than you ever thought possible, then just ask me for a refund within the 30 days. You know, if I don't deliver the outcomes I promised, you don't pay. It's that simple. I want to take all the risk from you. It's just £29 to get started. It's a 3-hour workshop. You're going to get all the recordings. You're going to get the workshop, the booklets, the materials, everything that you need to set and achieve your goals in 2018 and move the needle in your business. All right, guys. That's all I got for you today. I implore you to join me in the Unstoppable Year Workshop. It will be the best decision you make. As I said at the beginning, the decisions you make at the very outset this year will determine your success in 2018. Make the decision now to take control. Make the decision to be unstoppable in 2018. Sign up for the Unstoppable Year Workshop at danjgregory.com/unstoppable year. It'd be a pleasure to serve you. And until next time, go out there, unleash your greatness, build your empire, make your impact, and live your ultimate life, because you, my friends, are